Hello. So from today, I'm starting a new series. I'm going to give the solutions of CAT 2023 VARC. Now, the approach this time is a little different. So I'm not going to give the solution for any particular slot at one go. I'm going to give the solution question or one question per day kinds. And then for RC, it could be one RC on a certain day. तो ये जो अप्रोच है इससे क्या एडवांटेज हो सकते हैं वन इज इट कुड लीड टू मोर फोकस लर्निंग each and every question is unique and has got certain nuances or concept or certain situations which need to be looked at in depth. Now, when you are looking at it along with 23 other questions, it may not be possible to accord that kind of priority or focus to each and every question. So, एक question को handle करने से हम उसको ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझ पाएंगे. Next is it could lead to a better engagement. Now, if I create the solution for the entire slot, then it could be in excess of 1 hour 30 minutes or even 1 hour 45 minutes. So many times you may not have that kind of a time कि आप एक साथ बैठ के इतना लंबा solution देखें और उसको उतनी ही intensity समझें. So having one question at a time could lead to a better engagement. And then lastly, there could be a better interaction in the sense that आप अपने comments जो है वो each and every question पे express कर सकते हैं. And I can take a look at that, and if you need more explanation or you need explanation in a different way, then all that can be also looked at. See, each and every question of CAT has to be looked at in a different perspective. होता क्या है कि mostly if you take coaching from any institute, right, you are mostly led by what they show you or what kind of questions they create. Now, I can tell you with fair degree of confidence that most of those questions are not really like the CAT questions. The CAT questions are of a different breed altogether. तो हमें उसके एक एक एस्पेक्ट में घुस के और उसको बहुत अच्छे से समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Then only we will be able to have a consistency in our scoring in actual CAT. So let's take a look at the first question, CAT 2023 slot 1, Parajumble 1. Right. So first question. Now, if you look at this question, sentences are a little longer. So जो पैराजम्बल का क्वेश्चन होता है उसकी ईज या डिफिकल्टी डिपेंड करती है कि उसके सेंटेंसेस एक तो कितने लंबे हैं, दूसरा वेदर यू कैन फाइंड सम क्लियर लिंक्स विद द अदर सेंटेंसेस. So links in the sense that you could have some pronouns or you could have some articles or you could have some chronology or some full form, short form, something linking one sentence to the other. But difficult questions में आपको ये नहीं मिलता है. And generally CAT में अगर आप देखेंगे तो 3 क्वेश्चन पहले जो आते थे 2022 तक उसमें से एक डिफिकल्ट होता था. और अब लास्ट ईयर ऑनवर्ड्स तो 2 ही क्वेश्चन हो गए अभी, तो एक क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा मुझे लग रहा है कि डिफिकल्ट देंगे ये लोग. तो दिस फ्रॉम द लुक ऑफ इट फॉल्स इन द स्लॉट ऑफ अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन एज पर मी ऑन द इवन ऑन द प्राइमा फेसी एग्जामिनेशन. अभी हम सेंटेंसेस के अंदर नहीं घुसे, बट if we just quickly glance through the sentences, we see first sentence talks about algorithms hosted on the internet are accessed by many. So biases in AI models have resulted in a much larger impact, adversely affecting far larger groups of people. तो ये एक मुझे क्लू यहाँ से मिलता है that he is talking about कि जो AI के biases होते हैं, AI models में जो biases होते हैं, they affect far larger groups of people. Now, when something like this is written, which means he is comparing it with the situation wherein something is affecting a more confined group of people. That means वो बहुत ज़्यादा large group of people को affect नहीं कर रही. तो हमें ऐसा sentence ढूंढना पड़ेगा जो कि इसके पहले आएगा, right? So this is one clue which we get out of the first sentence. But again, we don't find any pronoun here or anything else here. But yes, this sentence definitely cannot begin the paragraph because इसके पहले एक statement आना चाहिए. Next sentence says, though algorithmic bias is the popular term, the foundation of such bias is not in algorithm but in the data. Algorithms are not biased. Data is, as algorithms merely reflect persistent patterns that are present in the training data. तो ये कह रहा है कि algorithmic bias हम कहते जरूर है उसको, लेकिन बायस जो होता है वो एल्गोरिथम में नहीं होता, बायस डेटा में होता है, जिस डेटा को हम उसको ट्रेन करने के लिए यूज करते हैं, राइट? एल्गोरिथम्स एज वी नो आर basically trained on certain data, and if the data has bias, then the algorithm would be biased. Now this sentence again does not have any connection to any other sentence. This could very well be the opening statement. ये हो सकता है क्योंकि इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि ये हम कह सकें कि इसके पहले किसी चीज को आना बहुत जरूरी है. So this could be opening statement. We'll just keep it at that. We'll go to the next statement. Despite their widespread impact, it is relatively easier to fix AI biases than human generated biases, as it is simpler to identify the former than to try to make people unlearn behaviors learned over generations. So it is relatively easier to fix AI biases despite their widespread impact. Now यहाँ पे हमने एक सेंटेंस देखा था much larger impact, और यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं despite their widespread impact. तो obviously this 3 will come after 1, right? तो 3 जो है ये 1 के बाद में आएगा. अब एकदम से बाद में आएगा कि ये एक सेंटेंस छोड़ के आएगा वो नहीं कह सकते, बट 3 will definitely come after 1, because here he is talking about कि इसका widespread impact तो होता है. See, here he is acknowledging that AI biases have a larger, wider impact, और वो यहाँ से आ रहा है. So 1 3 के बाद में आएगा. ठीक है. Now let's look at the fourth sentence. The impact of biased decisions made by humans is localized and geographically confined, but with the advent of AI, the impact of such decisions is spread over a much wider scale. So impact of biased decisions made by humans is localized and geographically confined. Now this gives us the sentence that should come before 1. क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पे बात की थी कि एक ऐसा सेंटेंस ढूंढते हैं जहाँ पे जो इफेक्ट हो रहा है वो कन्फाइंड है, वो इतना ज्यादा वाइड स्प्रेड नहीं, तो वो हमें यहाँ पे मिल गया. सो वी कैन वेरी क्लियरली से दैट 4 and 1 is a mandatory pair, right? This becomes a mandatory pair. Now, having identified a mandatory pair, our job becomes slightly easier, because now what we can do is ये 4 हम slots बनाते हैं यहाँ पे, ये हमने 4 slots बना दिए, and we can say that जो हमारा पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकते हैं वो सिर्फ इनमें से हो सकता है, राइट? दैट मींस ईदर 4 1 यहाँ पे आएगा, यहाँ पे आएगा, या यहाँ पे आएगा. देयर विल बी नो अदर पॉसिबिलिटी. नाउ कैन 3, अब देखो 3 हमने बात की है कि 3 हैज टू कम आफ्टर 1, सो 3 1 के बाद आएगा, दैट मींस दिस इज रूल्ड आउट. नाउ यू कुड हैव ईदर दिस और यू कुड हैव 2 ऑफ दिस सिचुएशंस. अब हमारे पास में 3 दूसरे पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशन आ गए कि या तो ये ऐसा हो सकता है, या फिर ये ऐसा हो सकता है, और या फिर ये ऐसा हो सकता है, बिकॉज वी नो दैट 3 हैज टू कम आफ्टर 1, राइट? सो 4 1 और 3 इनकी पोजीशन से वी कैन अराइव एट दीज 3 possible answers to this particular question. Now, had this been a multiple choice question, then things would have been easier for us. Unfortunately, ऐसा नहीं है. So हमें अब डिटरमिन करना है कि 2 कहाँ पे आएगा, right? The question is कि where will 2 come? That is the most difficult part of this question, I would say. Okay, to my mind, when I was doing it for the first time, so I was quite keen on this particular order. मुझे लग रहा था कि ये 4 1 3 2 हो सकता है. So then I carefully evaluated the relationship between 3 and 2. देखो एक बहुत important point है Parajumble में, that the sentences should flow into each other. So that means there has to be a logical connection between how one sentence ends and the other starts. There has to be a link. You cannot have abrupt movements, right? तो अगर हम देखें कि 2 को हम अगर शुरू में लगा के देखते हैं, let's try to see whether 2 can come in the beginning. Though algorithmic bias is the popular term, the foundation of such bias is not in algorithms, but in the data. Algorithms are not biased. So see, this cannot begin the statement, the paragraph, because we see that the 4th sentence है, the impact of biased decisions made by humans. This is a broader sentence, or this is a broader or a more wider or a more general thing. See, हमारा जो sentence का paragraph का flow होता है वो general to specific होता है, broader to narrower होता है. तो अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें तो हमें decisions made by humans also हैं इस sentence में, right? And decisions and biased decisions made by AI also है. तो ये दोनों की बात हो रही है. Whereas अगर आप second देखेंगे तो second में सिर्फ और सिर्फ algorithms के bias की, which means AI models के bias की बात है. So therefore, this 4th sentence is a much broader statement than the second statement, and therefore 4th sentence should come before second, and therefore we rule this out. अब हमने इसको भी हटा दिया. अब हमारे पास में 4 1 3 2 और 4 1 2 3 ये 2 ऑप्शन बचे हुए. तो क्या 3 2 does it make sense कि हम, ठीक है, 4 1 3, देखो 4 1 3 makes perfect sense to me, but I was not sure about whether 3 could lead to 2, because here we are already talking about easier to fix AI biases than human generated biases. So why is it easier to fix? उसका रीजन ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे पहले दिया हुआ है कि ये जो है, this is the result and this is the cause. So you can say that this is the cause and this is the effect. कैसे है ये cause? क्योंकि जो एल्गोरिथम की बायस बताई गई है, ये एल्गोरिथम का जो बायस होता है ये एल्गोरिथम में नहीं होता, ये डेटा में होता है। और therefore algorithms are not biased but the data is biased, जो उसका जो ट्रेनिंग डेटा है वो biased, and therefore it is easier to fix AI biases because we can identify कि ये ट्रेनिंग डेटा में प्रॉब्लम है, तो therefore इसको फिक्स करो। ह्यूमन जनरेटेड बायस को फिक्स करना इतना आसान नहीं है, क्योंकि लोगों के बिहेवियर को अनलर्न करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। एंड देयरफॉर दिस, ये जो है ये उसका रिजल्ट है और अदर इफेक्ट है दिस कॉज का। सो ऑब्वियसली कॉज एंड इफेक्ट में कॉज पहले आता है एंड इफेक्ट बाद में। एंड देयरफॉर आई वाज नॉट कन्विंस्ड अबाउट दिस एंड आई वेंट देयरफॉर विद दिस, and this turned out to be the correct answer. So this is the way we should approach. Of course, as I already mentioned, that this was a difficult question. This was a difficult question, and uh, I'm sure many may have found it difficult to crack, or they would have taken a very long time. तो आपको अगर इस तरह के क्वेश्चन है नहीं आ रहा है तो आई वुड नॉट सजेस्ट वेस्टिंग मोर देन 2 minutes, 2 to 2.5 minutes on this. See, one thing which is very important is that don't throw your जिसको बोलते हैं डोंट थ्रो गुड मनी आफ्टर बैड मनी, विच मीन्स आपको टाइम जो है वो किसी खराब क्वेश्चन के ऊपर नहीं फेंकना है जो कि आपको लगता है कि फिर भी सही नहीं होगा। People may end up spending 5 to 7, 8 minutes also on this and even then get it wrong. And therefore, if you think that you are not getting a hang of it quickly, because अभी तो मैंने आपको बहुत डिटेल में जाके डेप्थ में समझाया, I wanted to highlight the way I would have done this in terms of elimination. ये mostly हम दिमाग में कर सकते हैं with a good level of practice. So I hope this question and the solution was clear. With this, let me also bring your attention to the new batch that we are starting today for CAT VARC coaching. So we have 2 highly interactive live online classes. This is different from the usual classes that you see that people offer online. Here it's a highly interactive class. You don't get to interact with me only on chat. You can talk. So we have a very good interaction, and that clarifies a lot of things. I give a lot of assignments every week on Google Forms, so that when you attempt, then I get your answers, and then I can track your progress. So हम discuss कर सकते हैं week after week, month after month, that how we are doing in each assignment. This is a very important part of your preparation, because most of the students who are enrolled with other coaching institutes do not really get any kind of feedback on a personal level on what their progress is. And of course, along with the assignments, you get the explanatory videos. तो आपको एक हाई क्वालिटी एक्सप्लेनेटरी वीडियो मिलेगा जो कि आपको आरसी और जो कि आपको बीए के सारे क्वेश्चंस को समझाएगा। With this course, between the time today and the time CAT, which is 8 months, you will get to perform at least 300 high quality RCs. These RCs will not be some vague or illogical or not really CAT like RCs, and then 600 high quality BA questions. I'm available throughout the day, outside the classes, apart from the classes, for any kind of personalized help, mentoring on any kind of aspect of your preparation, right? And then of course we will have additional classes for English speaking and writing skills, and then make you GDPI VAT ready even before the calls come. So all this and much more you will get. So if you want to join our class today as a demo class, you can just send me an SMS on this number, and to know more also, I would like to hear from you. So that's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.